and welcome to another episode on the Twofold channel. This time around we are continuing our EV special and we're taking a look at the BMW iX50. There's actually two derivatives of the iX. There's iX50 and iX40. The difference there is the range between the two. With the iX40 you get about 360 range as opposed to the iX50 which we have here, where you get about 510 to 530 kilometer range depending on how you charge the vehicle. So as per usual, we'll be taking a look at first impressions, the design of the vehicle, what I really like, and then we dive into the drive of the car and then we close it off with my final thoughts. Let's have a look. Before we can actually jump into the design cues of the new BMW iX50, I think it's important that we jump into the charging infrastructure and the technicalities behind it. In South Africa, you won't necessarily find the public fast charger branded BMW, but the matter of the fact is that you can use it with your BMW as long as you have a Grid Cars card where you can tap onto the machine and start charging. All you have to do is load your card with credits and you can charge anywhere in the country where you see the Grid Cars branding. That's the fact. So it's easy as is that, and most people actually think that because it's branded another manufacturer you can't use that charging station, but that's actually wrong. As long as it's Grid Cars, you can use it anywhere around the country. And then with the iX50, charging it using a public charging station took me about an hour and a half to charge it from about 20%, which is fairly good if you ask me. I mean, you can just pop in for coffee, plug it in, and then you're ready to drive within the hour. There's also a really cool app that BMW has where you can link your vehicle as well, where the app will actually show you how long it'll take for the car to charge, and it'll actually tell you when the car is done charging as well. Really cool if you ask me. So that's it, and if you were to charge at home, it'll take you at least overnight to charge just from the same 20% to up until 80% plus on your normal wall socket. It's as easy as that living with the BMW iX50. Once you step inside the BMW iX, you are greeted by a completely different interface. Like, everything is different than this car. And then I'm talking by comparing it with all the other BMW models that we've driven and reviewed over the years. For starters, I'm going to start with this huge screen, what I see in front of me. It's this huge curved screen, and what you have right in front for the instrument cluster is a 12.3 inch screen, and then in the middle for the infotainment is a 14.9 inch screen. Super bright, 4K. It looks like an OLED screen actually, but I like the quality. You know, BMW and their infotainment, they go all out. It's the same over here. And then what you're greeted with underneath is a lot of space, even here for the front passenger, and then moving directly towards the controllers over here in the center. There's this crystal ball looking like controller which replaces the previous ones that we know in all the other BMW cars. This crystal kind of like feel and look is actually extended to the adjusters for the seats on the side over here, which is pretty cool and gives you that premium touch and feel in the car. And that just transcends all the way to the back where the controls are pretty much similar. Another cool thing is the seat design in this vehicle. It's completely new with the stitching that also gives it this crystal-like or diamond effect on the seats. Quite comfortable seats, I may add. They look kind of heavy for an EV, but this car is super fast, so it shouldn't affect that at all. And then that's pretty much it in the iX, or what's new in it, or what you can look forward to. And then there's the steering wheel over here in front of me, which is pretty cool in the sense of it's flat in the bottom and the top as well. Interesting shape. But if you're familiar with the models from Peugeot, you'll actually see that the design is similar in this car. And that's pretty much that in the iX50. I'm not sure if I'm forgetting anything. There's this button over here which ejects all the doors. Actually, there is no physical handle that you can rock to open the door, but you simply press a button and it ejects the door and you can open it. I think BMW should have just followed through by making the door actually open all the way instead of just ejecting it open. But before I bore you any further with my choice of luxury things, let's get on the road and then I can give you my final impressions of this baby, of which I'm scared to let go. Can you believe that we've come to the end of our time with the BMW iX50? I think this has been an amazing introduction to the iX line, to be honest with you. I think the BMW iX40 would have been a bit underwhelming, but this is just the right amount of EV that I personally need in my life. What you get with the iX50 is that SUV shape, style, space, and even range, if you can get there, in all one comprehensive package from BMW. Pricing is a bit steep. This one starts at about 2.1 million rand. But you know what they say about EVs. In the long run, they offset or they pay themselves over, especially when you're charging at home, which is relatively cheaper as you would when you're charging at a fast charging site. It supports 200 kilowatts of charging, which means that again, it can go from about 0 to 80% in about 40 minutes or just by the hour, which is incredible. When you're talking about the ride quality in this vehicle, it's extremely smooth. Even in the most uneven roads, it tried to muffle it up. They've done something to the suspension, which is amazing as well. It doesn't feel like a heavy car when you're driving it. We know that EVs tend to be heavy because of the batteries or the battery packs underneath the vehicle, but this one just goes, you can hit that 0 to 100 in a few seconds, and I think 3 or 4 seconds, which is quite amazing for a car of this size and mass. In terms of handling, no complaints over there. It is quite sturdy on the road. Again, emphasizing on that BMW SUV stance and feel and ride quality that has come through in this DNA as well. So I can't wait to see what more BMW brings in sense or in the term of EVs in this shape. But it can only be good stuff, I gather, from this iX50 that we've driven over the past week. And again, just to emphasize, I think I'll be sad to let it go. Because it's been amazing driving around with this vehicle. It gives you utterly amazing range, and I'm not being paid to say that, but I enjoy that, and it's actually a peace of mind knowing that you don't have to suffer from any range anxiety whatsoever when you're driving around with this vehicle. And then there are the premium touches as well inside, which just makes it a perfect car. If I were to rate it out of 10, I'd say solid 9. I'm taking 1 star away because I can't drive home in one charge, but that's fine. Until next time, please let me know what you think of my review of the iX50. Any comments would be greatly appreciated, but please do share it with your family and friends, and make sure that you're subscribing to our channel to keep up to date with the latest content. And that's it for this time. Until next time, have a good one.